So let's go. Did this fix the Apple outer leggings Black Friday round up? New Young LA try on haul review.
Alpha Elite Black Friday, Gymshark Black Friday, YoungLA Black Friday, Paragon Black Friday, Buff Bunny Black. Black Friday. Oh my, am I missing any? Like, probably. We are in the throes of Black Friday right now. Bruh. We have brands like Gymshark already in the middle of their Black Friday, and then we have brands like Alpha Elite, YoungLA. They're coming any minute now.
That's what she said.
So let me know in the comments, how's your Black Friday going so far? I'm trying to be good, but let me tell you, to be honest with you, most of my money's getting spent on Christmas decor. Check out my 6-foot Santa Claus, for crying out loud. He is so fun. He actually scares me half to death because he's motion sensor. So all of a sudden I'll hear Santa speak and start to sing and I'm just like not ready for it. When I'm here in the studio alone and then Santa decides to talk to me, I literally jump out of my skin, especially because he's not even plugged in. Bruh. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. We are just a couple days away from Thanksgiving. I wanted to hop on here real quick to share with you the brand new Alpha Elite that's dropping November 24th during their Black Friday sale. According to Alpha Elite's Instagram, they're dropping November 24th, 12 a.m. CST. Does that mean 1 o'clock in the morning? No way. Are you seeing this? Does that mean 1 a.m.? Bruh. Because I'm never awake at 1 a.m. Who else? In fact, I'm in bed by 7:30. I guess you really gotta love Alpha Elite to just stay up for that. We're also gonna breeze through the other Black Friday dates that we have, just to keep you guys in the loop so you don't miss out on these sales. We're just gonna be referencing the brands that we talk about a lot on this channel. And last but not least, I do want to go over a few of my favorite YoungLA urban pieces. I wasn't originally gonna make a video dedicated to this, and I didn't because I threw it in an Alpha Elite video, but I didn't want to leave it out. I'm getting a lot of questions and I genuinely love these pieces, so I want you guys to know about it. First and foremost, let's go over some of the dates and deals that you can expect from some of the brands that we talk about a lot on this channel. Right now, currently going on, as soon as you're watching this video, we have Gymshark. Their sale's going hard right now. It is a site-wide sale up to 70% off. Every single item is discounted. So definitely check it out. My code AshleyG saves you an additional 10%. Keep that in mind. YoungLA's Black Friday sale, that's coming up Tuesday. November 21st, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 30% off site-wide with my code AshleyG. Everything's site-wide. Doesn't matter. Everything's 30% off with my code. They're also doing a huge restock too, so do not fret. I know a lot of you guys are like, yeah, I want to shop them, but like, where's their stock? I actually had my brother's girlfriend say that to me too. She was looking to shop YoungLA. She's like, I want to, but like, there's nothing to buy. Everything's gone. Have some patience. They're doing a major restock. That same day, Tuesday, November 21st, Paragon's dropping their Black Friday sale up to 75% off. I do believe they're restocking as well. I think every brand should restock. That's not fair if you don't. That one's going from the 21st to the 28th, so you have 1 week to shop. I do have my code Gaita, save an additional 10% off. Also, let's not forget about Camo Fitness. Their sale's going on as we speak. I believe it's up to 60% off. My code doesn't work as a discount. It's code Ashley, but it does work as a support code, so feel free to use it if you'd like to. Thank you. If you need any review videos from these brands, check out my playlists. You'll see them all right there. Now that we got the housekeeping out of the way, what's Alphalete dropping on Black Friday? Anybody? Bay? You want to pop me some information? So when it comes to Alphalete's Black Friday sale, it's up to 50% off. They're actually breaking up the discounts between 3 different tiers. There's 10%, there's 30%, and then there's 50%. You also save an additional 10% with my code Gaita, which is awesome.
I'm looking now.
Yes.
And it looks like the Amplify contour leggings.
Yeah.
The Amplify leggings.
Yeah.
The Amplify bras are all going to be under the 30% off tier.
Did you hear, Bay? He just said that all of the Amplify contour leggings, all the regular Amplify too,
Yeah.
they're not going based off of Amplify colors, all right? Like the black one's 10, but then the like light dove, whatever, is gonna be 30. It's basically Amplify, 30% off. Thank you. Okay, we need to talk about these brand new colors. Sometimes Amplify drops are a bang, other times they're a bust. I have a feeling with these particular colors, they're gonna be a bang. I feel like these are very muted tones. You guys love those muted tones when it comes to Amplify, and I do feel like there's a nice enough variety. Great fall winter palette. Now there's only 4 colors dropping, which is unusual. It's usually 6. We are looking at the colors Dove. So this is a real muted purple, dusty purple color. Keep in mind all the colors I have here are marled. None are very solid. They went heavy on the marled this time. Not too heavy. It definitely blends in. Just keep that in mind. Good old sage. This is perfect for the holiday season. If you don't want to go for such a dark evergreen green, this one's a little more cheery. Okay, I feel like this is actually a nice all year round color legging, if I do say so myself. Still water. So this color's more of a grayish blue. I'm seeing equal parts light blue and equal parts light gray. And last but not least, dusty rose. I feel like we've seen this color before. Did we not? Oh my gosh. Look how similar.
Bruh.
I literally can't remember these names. I can't keep up with them. There's so many Amplify colors. I was like, dude, is this the exact same shade y'all coming out with? Trying to act like it's new. It's new, but not to the point where if you already have one of those other colors, I mean, they're so similar. Just stick with the one you got and save a few bucks. I'm gonna put them back, I guess. Gotta have them looking nice back here. What the hell? Good God. Fun fact, I sized up to a size medium. You know how I usually have a size small for everything Alphalete? I did a medium this time. Do you want to know why? Because I am so close to getting pissed off every time I wear an amplified legging and it's just too compressive. The past few launches, I started feeling that. Like, I love the way they sit on my glutes. I love working out in these leggings so much. The waistband's just too compressive these days. And I think it's because I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled with brands like YoungLA and Paragon, where the low compression, I'm just like all about that now, while still giving me similar effects from the waist down. So I'm like, well, why would I wear the highly compressive leggings then? Because I don't like that underbelly feel. Yes, I feel bloated when I wear it, and I don't like the pouch up top, you know? Between that and the sports bra, it just pinches, and I don't like how it looks. I don't like how it looks, and I don't like how it feels. So I sized up to a medium, and let me tell you, it's been a game changer. I think it's safe to say I'm officially in my medium phase. I really do believe it. With amplifies specifically, wearing the mediums, I felt like I had a new lease on life. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's the holiday season. I am gonna eat, I'm gonna enjoy my food, but with that being said, like, get off my waist. I need lower compression. So mediums were great. If there's anything I needed to nitpick about the mediums, it would just be that, and I might just be thinking too much into this, that there's a little extra material. Like behind the knees, maybe a little bit of wrinkling, slight bunching of extra material. But that's okay, because I'd rather that than too compressive of a waistband and me end up not wearing them at all. They didn't even notice the excess material until I pointed it out to him. So I think I'm just overthinking it. And I do think that sizing up helps with the sheerness. Here's how these leggings held up when it comes to sheerness. We all know the Amplify legging is known for their sheerness because the material is so thin. Now, remember, this is a size medium. If sheerness is your biggest concern, grab the darker colors. Okay, so I just tried on the Dove leggings, really felt them around. Right away, I noticed that this particular color, Dove, feels thicker than the other three colors. Also feeling a little bit less stretchy as well. So not as thin and not as stretchy. Still great though. Every other legging color fits and feels the same. So the bras they're dropping are the Amplify bras. Straight up just matching the set. These are so stinking comfortable. I'm wearing my size small. I love it. It's stretchy, molds to my body. Still have that little matching Amplify ruching down the center, and the straps are so thick so you can wear them all day. There's no digging involved. If you're in between sizes, this depends on your measurements. I mean, for me, if I was in between, I'd probably size up rather than down. I don't want any cinching. So to avoid that, I'd always go up then down. Something new that they launched alongside the Amplify are brand new tanks. Right on the bottom here, you have a very bold Alphalete print. This is a great addition for those who want to cover up, or if you want to just throw something on your way out of the gym, coming into the gym. This covers your entire stomach. It is full length. This laid so smoothly. I couldn't believe how nicely this laid on me, really. You also have that real nice Amplify contour going right around, snatching that waist. This movement really works for you. There's a decent amount of stretch, nothing too insane, but good enough. In between sizes, that depends on how you like your tanks to be fitting you. If you really like that skin tight look, in between size down. If you need a little slack, you just prefer a little more room to breathe, size up if you're in between. My size small, perfect, and it looks great with the amplifiers underneath. Blends in so smoothly. We need to briefly talk about some of my favorite YoungLA urban pieces that are dropping alongside their Black Friday sale. We can't sleep on these pieces. I won't allow it. I suggest you check out my curve review. I just posted that. That's the other half of what they're launching. That's more activewear. Now with the urban, this is a little more street style. It also can dual as some gym pieces as well. They're very versatile, and the colors are a little more suitable for fall and winter. This is their urban legging. I actually worked out in this legging a few times, specifically because I loved how comfortable they were. Low to moderate compression, no digging in the waistband, this smooth glide, this fabric is stretchy, body fit, makes the glutes look superb. No scrunch either, so no help, it just is how it is. A little different of a waistband than what I'm used to. It's smaller, not as big, it sits slightly lower on me, so if you're really tall, this might sit a little bit below the belly button on you. The only thing that I noticed was when I was working out, actively working out and squatting and bending a lot, over time I noticed that it would slowly slip ever so slightly given this silky smooth material, and it would just, you know, sit a little low on the glutes, not where I like it. God, if the comfort isn't 10 out of 10 though. So everyday leggings, if you're looking for everyday leggings, this would be it. They're not really overly thick. They're not ultra thin like the Amplify. They're perfect. They're butter. Not to mention very swap proof. So they did a great job on these urban leggings. They're also dropping 2 bras. I like them both, so I'm going to talk about both of them, but I think I like this one more. So they're actually launching a V-neck. This is a halter as well. It is adjustable. This is extremely low support. It reminds me exactly like the Gymshark minimal bra. You have a pretty thick elastic band on the bottom. Only thing is when I'm working out, I guess my boobs and the gravity of them make this band just flip under a little bit in the front. I noticed that about this. Very low support. Be careful your boobies don't slip out. But if you're part of the itty bitty titty committee, you're gonna love this bra. Wrap bra for gals with bigger busts. This is also super flattering. It is high neck. The cut around the arms is beautiful, so there's never any cinching in awkward places. The wrap, you just wrap right around. Very stretchy. This is a particular style though. I know a lot of gals are gonna be like, no freaking way, Jose. You could even take this cord out if you wanted. If you really don't like that wrap look, just wear it as a high coverage sports bra. There's removable bra pads here, whereas the V-neck had none. And there's the tiniest little elastic band on the bottom, so still very low, moderate support. If you're in between, I would size up. Same with the minimal bra. We have to briefly touch base on their sweats right now. I'm wearing their sweats right now. This is actually base. I mean, go friggin' figure. It's really loose around the waist, which is why I love it. Bay actually has glutes every gal would dream of having, so he has to wear an XL. We both hip thrust together. The urban cuff joggers. These are so stinking comfortable. I am such a fan of their draw cords because it hovers around the waist and it doesn't dig. I love this light gray color the best, and you still have some matching gray-green tones to pair with any of the pieces that I showed you. The tops. Size small is great. In between, size up if you want more room. Size down if you want a tighter fit. Have to throw in the crew neck sweater because out of all the urban sweats, everything they got going on, when it comes to super casual, comfy clothing, the crew neck sweater is the most beautiful one, in my opinion. You have this patched logo. What I love is the fact that they use the script text for this, stitched beautifully on. So if you love that terry cotton interior, this would be for you. But again, very oversized. You can size down if you want, but I ain't. Few of you had some questions about these jackets. We have the cropped puffer. It's more of like a midi crop. And then we have a full length shacket. Well, let's start with the puffer. I have a beautiful tan color. It's nice beige and black. These are full zip, corduroy, so very soft. This is a very lightweight, puffy, comfy jacket. Your classic puffer. On me, it comes as a midi, so it's not fully cropped, no stomach showing, unless you raise your arms, then you'll see some tummy. You also have draw cord, so if you want to cinch it in a little bit. 2 side pockets, and it's a crew. There's no hoodie, just a little collar. I love this one so much. If I'm wearing high-waisted jeans or leggings, things like that, this would be such a cute addition to it. On the other hand, if you're looking for something a little thinner, you don't want anything so bulky feeling, big, fluffy, you want more of a shacket that will be longer in length. We have 2 actual styles here. We have beige and black. This plaid is actually a bit thicker. You can see that design. This one has thinner stripes. I personally like this color more because I'm more of a neutral gal. All right, guys, so what are we thinking about these pieces? I mean, I'm talking the new Amplified colors, their Black Friday sale, the new YoungLA Urban. What are your thoughts on everything? And of course, if there's anything I didn't touch base on in today's video, always feel free to ask me. Comment down below and I will get back to you. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you and I will catch you in my next video.
I call mommy gifted Santa Claus. Yeah, I saw ads gifted Santa Claus and listen to a white girl. Each year to bring to us delight, which brightly shine in Christmas light. Oh Christmas tree, of all the trees most lovely. Tell me shut the fuck up. So sweet. She's literally bashing. I'm like, man, fuck you. No, he doesn't, you fucking lying ass piece of shit motherfucker. Why don't you go fuck yourself, Trump? I hate all you MAGA bitches. Trump promised numbers like we've never seen, and 100 days in, he's delivered. The numbers are incredible. I've never heard numbers like this. It's better than the first 4 years. Let's look at those historic numbers. 39%. That's Trump's latest approval rate, the lowest ever for a president's first 100 days. That might have something to do with these numbers. 60%. That's how much egg prices have gone up. 9%. That's how much the stock market has tanked, wiping out billions from people's retirement accounts. Yeah. $6,400. That's how much the price of a new car is expected to go up under Trump's auto tariffs. $5.9 billion. That's how much money American soybean farmers are expected to lose annually in Trump's trade wars. 200. The number of trade deals Trump claims he's made in his trade wars. 0. The number of trade deals there's any evidence of Trump having made. 0 plans offered to lower grocery prices. 121,000 fired federal workers, including at least 70,000 Veterans Affairs workers. $500 billion of lost tax revenue expected because too many IRS workers have been fired to crack down on tax cheats. $500 billion from crypto schemes funneled into Trump's pocket since the election, according to Forbes estimates. About 4 million Americans who might have been deleted from Social Security by mistake. 24 days of Trump golfing, costing taxpayers like you more
bullying him, agreeing never to take a case against him and to doing pro bono work for him. $1 billion. The amount of pro bono work Trump suggested he'll get from those law firms. 21 Fox News personalities. 6 of the have reported billionaires in the Trump admin. If Trump finally really is a billionaire. Approximately 293 times that Trump has complained about Joe Biden. Sleepy Joe Biden. That's almost 3 times a day. 3. The number of terms Trump's currently talking about serving in violation of the 22nd Amendment. 2 state funerals Trump appeared to fall asleep at. 4 territories Trump has threatened to take either by economic or military force. Greenland, Gaza, the Panama Canal, and Canada. 1 commercial for Tesla on the White House lawn, and so much more. Honestly, it's hard to believe it's only been 100 days. I'm Alan Piper at APiper13 and Piperama. Follow Courier Newsroom to stay on top of everything Trump does in the rest of this term and any additional terms.
Most veterans that rock the Punisher symbol on their body armor do not understand what it really means. So when John Bernthal recently said he was making the Punisher for those Marines that wore that skull into combat, I wasn't surprised, but it doesn't make it any less problematic. For context here, I spent 17 years in special operations and was deployed almost as many years as I spent in combat. For starters, let me just say, I'm a fan and I believe his heart is clearly in the right place. And so when he says some of the best people in this country have worn that Punisher symbol on their body armor when they've taken that unbelievable walk into danger, and I will make this show with them, I will make it for them. I shake a little bit, and it's because the Punisher is not a role model. Frank Castle is, however, broken, grieving, and angry. He kills as judge, jury, and executioner. That symbol is not about justice, it's about vengeance. And I've never liked it when warfighters adopt it. It blurs the line between duty and rage. And frankly, I think it's dangerous. I absolutely appreciate John for loving veterans, but I think we should question glorifying a character that's lost his humanity. Because to me, the mission of being a warrior wasn't to punish, it was to protect. The Punisher doesn't wear the skull because he was a hero. He wore it because he gave up on being. Most veterans that rock the Punisher symbol on their body armor do not understand what it really means. So when John Bernthal recently said he was making the Punisher for those Marines that wore that skull into combat, I wasn't surprised, but it doesn't make it any less problematic. For context here, I spent 17 years in special operations and was deployed almost as many years as I spent in combat. For starters, let me just say, I'm a fan and I believe his heart is clearly in the right place. And so when he says some of the best people in this country have worn that Punisher symbol on their body armor when they take that unbelievable walk into danger, and I will make this show with them, I will make it for them. It's because the Punisher is not a role model. Frank Castle is, however, broken, grieving, and angry. He kills as judge, jury, and executioner. That symbol is not about justice, it's about vengeance. And I've never liked it when warfighters adopt it. It blurs the line between duty and rage. And frankly, I think it's dangerous.
Santa Claus isn't real, right? What? Hmm? Exactly. No, because she had it coming. She had it coming. No, don't call mom now. Argue with me. But you're wrong. Argue with me. But you're wrong. That's why you're the. But you're wrong. Argue with me. But you're wrong. That's why you're the slowest in your class. That's why you don't have a girlfriend. You know Santa Claus isn't real, right? What? Hmm? What? Exactly. Some of the most powerful forces that all right, y'all, get around and roll down the windows of time because we got a Texas-sized birthday to celebrate today. Willie Nelson turns 92 years old. That's right. 92 trips around the sun, and the man is still kicking and grinning, probably out smoking your entire friend group. This is the same guy who wrote Crazy for Fancy Clowns. He recorded his first song in 1956. He made braids and bandanas a permanent part of American fashion, which is awesome. And Willie once rescued his guitar trigger from a burning house fire. He's been a country outlaw. He's been a highwayman. The national treasure with a tour bus that I guarantee you has more stories than Snoop Doggy Dogg's tour bus. So in honor of Willie, I wrote you a birthday poem because if anybody deserves a birthday poem, I'm afraid it is you, the redheaded string. So here we go. Willie's 92 and still riding high, with a joint in his hand and stars in the sky. He's strung through the decades, he's smoked through a few, and somehow, he still looks better than me and you. So here's to the braids, the voice that won't quit. Songs full of soul and a mind, still full of wit. Happy birthday, dear Willie, you outlaw till the end. Thank you for always being country music's best friend. From the heart. Many, many more. Many, many more.
So it's going to be my first ever Mother's Day as a mom myself this year, which kind of feels like it's my birthday because I feel like I'm celebrating becoming a mom. I think a lot of the times we forget that when a baby is born, a new mom is born as well. So I got myself a little something to present to you, the cutest charm I've ever seen. I love that this piece can grow with me and I can add or remove charms based on different special moments or milestones. Like imagine me and Estelle walking into Pandora to buy matching charms for our matching charm bracelet. That is girlhood, okay?
It definitely was. More than 55,000 LA County union workers are on strike. Right now, you're looking at a rally of some of those workers in downtown LA, and it is quite the sight. They're slowly moving southbound on Grand, and it's really difficult to try to estimate exactly how many people are here, but it's in the thousands, that is for sure. As you open up out of the yard just a bit, you're going to see just how long this stretches around Grand on the platform next to the board of supervisors headquarters there.
I've been seeing all of these strikers coming in by the thousands. Bus in all morning long. The rally here in high gear. They've been putting together signs and showing their distaste for the county's treatment of employees. They're striking for better wages and benefits. They say they want to be respected for the work that runs the city. The strike will last 48 hours, disrupting service to non-urgent care clinics, fire debris removal, trash service, and public parks, facilities, as well as libraries.
More than 55,000 LA County union alchemists garden.
It's here! It's coming! Inside the cell now! Sorry, what's coming? Hard. Well, this is fantastic. Look, we're gonna be safe in here. These cells are impenetrable.
We have to help them.
Do we still feel the same way about Lazuli label? That's the question of the day. We all know by now, Lazuli label's launches are very few and far between. And when they do launch things, it's usually very small drops.
What are you gonna do? These cells have speakers, like throughout Star Labs. Yes, and? I read these gauntlets to emit a destructive signal if ever they're disarmed. On right frequency, whatever the hell that thing is. Let's just say I'm glad you're in here with me.
the same thing, just different colors. We know other brands that do that, like Alphalete. Until as of lately, they've been pretty good with coming out with newer releases, but they tend to just keep dropping the Amplify in new colors. Well, Lazuli's kind of the same way. We're seeing a lot of this scrunch sculpt lately, are we not? So what are our thoughts here? Do we still love this brand? Are they still up to par with the other brands that we talk about on this channel? Before we get into it, a quick word from today's sponsor. You know that I know that you know how much I love Ebby. Ebby is such a good brand if you're looking for seamless undergarments. Most of the thongs I used to wear had heavy bands on them that would just dig after a long day. I couldn't wait to take them off. Ebby is so different from that. In fact, anytime that I'm going out, Ebby's my grab and go. Whether you're looking for a fun, cute pattern, or some basic nudes, or rich color tones, they have you covered. You guys know I love their seamless thongs because they have the no slip grip. These lie so smoothly, they're undetectable underneath your leggings. This is their willow pattern. If you look up close, it's a gorgeous floral design, full back mesh, super breathable, lightweight, and adjustable. Check out their new Only bra. The Only bra is a seamless bra that produces the same shaping, support, and lift of an underwire bra. Of course, without the pain of the hard underwire. Ebby's Cyber Monday is going on right now, up to 70% off site-wide. Use my code AshleyGaita20 for an extra 20% off. My code can be stacked on top of sale items for an additional discount. Plus, save an extra $25 when you spend $175. This will automatically be applied in your cart. So shop the link in my description box and don't forget to use my code. Let's see what we have here. Wow, these are some summer colors. Okay, but don't get it twisted. They are coming out with darker, more seasonally appropriate colors as well. We have fuchsia pink. Oh my god, they're going ham on the pinks. So this fuchsia pink looks a lot like the raspberry pink actually. Out of any other pinks that they have right now, the raspberry pink is super similar. I'm actually not really a pink person too, so Glacier blue, now we're talking. This is a frosty winter blue. Or you could totally wear it in the summer and it's a sky blue. It's all about perspective. And then the last three colors are three variations of the color gray. They love their grays too, man. I only have the color dark charcoal gray here today. So I apologize if I don't have the other two grays to share with you. This one I do have. And to be honest with you, I don't know if my eyes are deceiving me right now, but I'm definitely seeing some obsidian green in these. What the heck? I think I'm
That planet, which is the deal they made years ago. And that's where our girl Shella Ball comes into play because when she finds out that Galactus has returned, she goes up and Galactus explains that Norringrad is indeed alive. However, he is no longer his herald, and Erlingley starts plotting and brainstorming.
staring in this ring light for too long. I'm going nuts. But I am
Her planet, but also she'll be able to go and find Norringrad, unite with him, and then they
seeing an undertone of green here. It's a very, 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 very dark greenish gray. What the heck?
sense her true intentions. And typically when you become a herald of Galactus, he erases your memories of him.
Yo, I see it too, though.
You do?
Yeah,
Okay.
I see it too. Are you wearing the matching sports bra?
However, when he talks to her, she says that she doesn't remember him and that she's someone completely different now. It's so heartbreaking because a big part about their relationship is
I sure as heck am.
Yeah, I see it in the sports bra too.
Yes. I actually have a love
the person they love. Like something always gets in the way, and even in this what if scenario, like they're unable to get their happily ever after. You guys should
love-hate relationship with these leggings. The reason being, this
in the comics, but also has just in general how the power cosmic or such all became a young Galactus have been in what if released in 1983.
this
Scenario is that when Silver Surfer decides to no longer serve Galactus, the way that Galactus punishes him this time around is by completely stripping him of his power cosmic, turning him back into Norringrad.
parachute booty, you can see these two pouches,
Which is the home planet of Shellafall and Norringrad, and he's going to consume its energy.
right? These kangaroo pouches right on the bum. They're built for bigger glutes.
About sparing that planet, which is the deal they made years ago. And that's where our girl Shellafall comes into play because when she finds out that Galactus has returned, she goes up and Galactus explains
Girl, if you're considering buying this, you best have the glutes to fill out this pack.
plotting and brainstorming, and what she concludes is that if she sacrifices herself, not only will she be able to save her planet,
My glutes, this close to not filling them out, almost.
escape Galactus and live happily. And so she commits, and Galactus turns her into a herald, and she calls herself
they almost don't quite fill them out completely. Once in a while, I'll see a little extra material right above the glutes, and I'm like, I guess I gotta go heavier on my hip thrusts to fully fill these out. But for those who can really fill these out, they will work wonders for you. These are designed in such a unique way to make your glutes stand out as much as humanly possible. In fact, I've never seen a legging go to this extent. So you have a moderately compressive waistband. It's not crazy intense like Alpha Lead Amplify, we all know that. But then, right here at the glute pouch, there's no support. It's got a life of its own. Alright, it projects this rib paneling going down the sides of the legs and specifically right around the under glute is highly compressive. So highly compressive that you will struggle a bit to get them on. So if you get it up where it needs to be, in other words, this ribbing needs to sit directly underneath your glutes. If it's even a little bit below, you'll get a little under glute pouch right here, and you're gonna be like, what the heck is this? This looks ridiculous. Snuggle this rib right up against your glutes, and it'll literally compress your under glute so much that your actual glute will look bigger. It'll pop it out that much more. And let's not forget the scrunch did not go anywhere. So on top of everything working for you in the glute area, they added in a scrunch on top of it. Just right in between the cheeks. There's all definition here, okay? Now you do have some ribbing down at the ankle as well. This I don't really feel as much. It's the one right below the glutes that you can really feel. My size small is okay. If I were to size up, forget it. I'd have way too much material back there, and then it'll look ridiculous. But if I sized it down, I wouldn't be able to get this past my thighs. That ribbing would be way too tight that I wouldn't even be able to get them on. Stick with your true size. If you're in between, you gotta go based off of what I pretty much just said. How big are your thighs? How big are your glutes? How deep is your love? That's gonna determine which way you go if you're in between. If sheerness is an issue, and that's your biggest concern, grab the darker charcoal colors. They're very, very high-waisted on me. I do notice that out of any legging I've ever owned, these are the only ones that I can roll down a little bit and they look okay. Sometimes I try rolling down leggings and they just look ridiculous. They'll snap right back up on me. They're like, what were you trying to do? You can't be trendy. These, yeah, I can roll them down a little bit and they're pretty great. I would like to say that there's a lot of stretch in these leggings, but there's not. Not where there's heavy ribbing. You'll get like no stretch in them. However, when working out in the gym, it does work for me. It's stretchy where it needs to be, like right over the kneecaps, for example. It's not like it's restricting my movements. Out of the leggings and the shorts, I think I prefer the leggings a little bit more. These biker shorts, you know I'm a fan of bikers, but these come awfully long. They need to sit right above your kneecap. If they didn't, if these were any shorter, this compression would literally make your thighs just sausage. So I do think they put a lot of thought and effort into this legging and these shorts. I think that's why they're going so ham on getting it out there. I think they're really trying to push this legging because I think they're trying to make a statement out in the activewear world with this style. Because I don't know about you, but I personally have never tried leggings like this before. You know how we tend to review a lot of the same type of legging from all these brands? This is not like any other legging I've ever tried, ever. I still have yet to see another one like this. If you have, let me know. I'd like to know which brand it is. So that's just my best guess on why they've been going really ham on coming out with more and more colors in this collection. I think this is their standout piece. This is what makes them unique because no other brand's done it. Up next, we do have some navigation. I actually have a couple leggings I haven't tried from them. They're popping off lately. I saw that new seamless they came out with, so I want to try it for myself. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you, and I will catch you in my next video.
Did you know cats have very expressive emotions? When you did something they disliked, they showed it with their faces. I'm so sorry. Of course, if they really liked you, they responded with actions too. This may be the strangest thing I've ever read. The cast of Victorious looks like the Teen Titans, and now I can't unsee it. This matches up so well, it makes me angry. Cat is orange with red hair. She's Starfire. Why didn't I see this before? That is like an alien. She doesn't know what's going on. That's the most confusing thing. If I could hear a cat say Starfire line, make a switch dialogue, and I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Jade is Raven. She's dark and very moody. She gets frustrated with Cat like Raven does with Starfire, but they're besties. Andre is Cyborg, and it's not just because they're the token black characters. They're both good-natured, very skilled, and supportive, and Andre cares about music the way Cyborg cares about technology. Here's where people got mixed up, though. Robbie is Beast Boy, and Beck is Robin. Is no question. Some people thought that Robbie was Robin. He's cooler. Beck has leadership qualities, and he's liked by everyone. He's more like Robin. In alternate universe, the Victorious cast was definitely the Teen Titans. He said the cast of Victorious looks like the Teen Titans. On the next episode of Cash App, my boy wants to know who's the Void, what is it, where does it come from, and how powerful is it? And he's asking me this because Thunderbolt's coming out real soon, and this Sentry being a character within that movie, he just really wants to know how powerful is it in the comic to kind of help him understand what he'll be getting into when he sees this movie. So first things first, we're talking about what the Void is. Who's the Sentry? Like, who is he? Well, that's easy. The Sentry was actually a junkie named Bobs, who basically couldn't get enough of his fix. And his fix was a super soldier serum that he stole. And even though it turned him into Sentry, the only thing that he asked was, can you make me more? Now, here's the problem with that. When he took that serum and it did what it did to his body, it opened up a rift, a portal that let something in, and that thing was the Void. The Void latched onto him when he turned to the Sentry, and it's been with him this whole time, basically using him as a living host. Don't get me wrong, the Void has always been here. If you've read Dark Vision, the Void itself has been biblical. I mean, it was here when Moses was trying to free, certain people from the Pharaoh, and it was seen as one of God's plagues, a very specific plague where you needed lamb's blood to, keep your kids safe. But where does it come from? Like, honestly, what is it? Well, the short answer is it comes from the anti-all, which is the ultimate bad in Marvel, and then you have the ultimate good. But when this thing was fighting him, it pretty much lost, but it only lost because, got destroyed because of what it is. It can never really be gone. So it broke up into shards and scattered all throughout reality. Part of that was the engine room, or basically the abyss, which basically all Clintars and stuff of that nature actually comes from. It's actually the same place that Null pulled from when he created the symbiotes and his first sword, weapon, and armor.
As the year's wrapping up, we need to come to one solid conclusion. Do I actually like navigation? Look, we've been talking navigation on this channel for the better part of what now? Maybe 2 years, on and off, give or take. I actually get a lot of gals asking me about navigation leggings. I actually have
How powerful is the void, or how powerful is the engine? What comes in first? Let's realize this. When it comes to him, he has the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns in his
a good friend of mine that just texted me the other day asking about certain leggings, gave my opinion on them, and I thought to myself, what's navigation been up to anyway? The last navigation video that we did on this channel was back in January, almost a year ago. And back then I only had one more legging to try, which I believe was the Curve, which after trying that one would mean that I've tried every single navigation legging out there. But because it took so dang long, they've actually released a couple more leggings on top of that. So now I have exactly 3 more to try until I have tried every single one. Thank you, Bay. Bay really wanted me to make this joke, okay? Let me see if I can remember it.
Right now, I feel like Thanos.
Right now, I feel like Thanos.
Collecting the Infinity Stones.
Collecting the Infinity Stones.
And those are the last ones you need.
And these are the last ones I need. Depending on how these leggings go. God, I'm treating them like crap in this video. I'm just bundling them up. What the heck? And apparently Bay thinks this is so funny, but I'll snap and make half of them disappear. It means nothing to me. I don't know what you're talking about. Really, if I don't like any of these leggings, I will officially love half of Navigation's leggings and hate half of Navigation's leggings. I just bit my lip. So the leggings that weren't quite for me were the Scrunch and the Contour. Now, my very first video of navigation, I literally reviewed those two and those two only. Right then and there, I was like, oh my god, I don't think I really like this brand at all. You guys really rooted for me to try more than just those two. I'm glad I did, because the other video reviews went a lot smoother. I actually really did like a few more leggings. Since then, I've tried the Sport, the Camo, the Wild Thing, the Envy, and the Signature 2.0. Aside from little things here and there, like a camel toe, or things like not really liking the bold branding on the Sport. Other than that, I really did like those leggings. Also wasn't a fan of the solid seamless. So where we stand right now, I'm leaning towards liking more of the leggings than not. So now, fast forward to today. We are going to be checking out the digital seamless, pulling this right out of the bag. I smelled nothing but permanent marker. It's actually super potent. I couldn't get away from that smell. This absolutely 100% reminds me of one of the Gymshark camos that we've seen, but it's not nearly as textured as that one. That one, I mean, like, was 3-dimensional. This one is not. We're also checking out the Curve seamless today. You guys, when I pulled this one out of the bag, I was like, wait a minute, didn't I already review this? I tried this one on already. I was thinking the Contour. They look so similar. Oh my god, they almost feel similar. They are. They're similar, aren't they? I'm nervous. Okay, I'm really nervous now because if it's anything like the Contour, I ain't gonna like it. It even has the smiley underneath the bum. Like, they're identical, right? And last but not least, we're checking out the Performance Seamless. I don't know what to think about this yet. I do like the material. I like that softness. It feels like it has a ton of potential to just mold around my glutes nicely. However, there's actually no breakup in the back. So am I gonna get a uni butt? Where the booty come? contour at? Let's start with the performance leggings in the color Mocha. That's the one I got. This definitely has a yellow undertone to it. Really warm. Can you see that? Now, this is an all-over marl, except for the really dark, blocky contour. This contour goes down the legs, underneath the glutes. When I put them on, I felt right away the crazy amount of compression in this waistband. Waistband's a little compressive. Not quite as compressive as the Alphalete Amplify, don't get it twisted. But it was definitely there, especially because the rest of the legging, completely stretchy, like unreal with the stretch. When moving around in it though, I can feel it. This waistband, if there was just a little less compression, it'd be better. I think in terms of comfort from here down is where it's at. This is more of a lower to moderate compression, whereas the waistband, pretty highly compressive. First impressions when putting them on, I was like, where's my booty? Where is it? I really worked hard at bringing the material where I prefer it. I did. I squatted down low in it, shimmied it up. It seemed to have helped. But the downfall to that, I guess because this material is really slippery soft, is that when I was walking in them, it just came out from my glutes. Like nothing ever happened. Like I didn't just work and literally blood, sweat, and tears put into trying to get it up in between my glutes. From now on in all of my videos, you can expect each leg to be reviewed on the treadmill for many reasons. I have a ton of natural light coming in from the side, so this is going to tell you whether or not it's cellulite friendly, whether it shimmies, especially with some slippery leggings. You want to know how they hold up when actually actively walking in them, and whether or not it maintains its shape on the glutes. This is very important. You work hard to make it look good. So from now on, we're going to call that the tread test. The glute department did not pass the tread test, okay? It could have looked okay as is, but after moving around in these, the material wanted nothing to do with my glutes. But in terms of functionality, okay? Aside from glute aesthetic, it's not everything. It is to me. But it's not everything, right?
Why the fuck you lying?
The waistband stayed intact. It did not slip. It was overall very cellulite concealing. Passed the sweat test with flying colors. This is a relatively breathable legging. Something I really came to love about Navigation is that the lengths are always great on me. I don't think I've ever reviewed a legging of theirs that was overly long, and I'm 5'3". I think my shorties are gonna really appreciate that. I have nothing bad to say except for it kind of moves away from the glutes. It's a little slippery of the fabric. If you want a little less waistband compression, you could get away with sizing up. My small was alright, but in between, definitely sizing up. So as of right now, I'm gonna go ahead and say these leggings are okay. I don't dislike them, but I don't love them either. Next up is the Curve. This baby's in the color indigo blue. When I pulled it out of the package, I was like, oh my god, this looks like a pair of jeans, okay? It looks like denim, especially with that very faint light white marl in between, just scattered throughout. Looks like a nice pair of jeans, does it not? Is this legging just like the contour? Is this the twin legging of the contour? We're about to find out. Well, when I first put it on, first and foremost, this material is completely opposite of the legging I just shared with you. This has more of a gritty feel to it. A little bit more rough, rugged, not a silky soft. There's really no buttery silky soft in this legging. Believe it or not, I felt like it trapped heat a little bit more too. Even though the material was technically slightly thinner, you still had a pretty decent compression around the waistband. I noticed that when I pulled it up, I was like, oh goodness, are we gonna have the same problem is the contour. Are we gonna have a uni butt here? I pulled it up and molded it around my glutes so freaking nicely. And I was pretty scarred from this legging. I said, okay, but you're not gonna stay there, are you? It did. It did! It was so good to me. I did some sumo squats, I was on the treadmill, I did like a mile in the treadmill just to make sure it didn't slide out from my glutes. It literally retained its shape so well. Very impressed with this legging. The fact that it's not ultra buttery, soft, and slippery really helped to make it feel like I was just getting so much support around my glutes where I like it. The entire legging as a whole is definitely more compressive than the one you just saw. I would give it moderate to high throughout. There's definitely more support you can feel around the legs for sure. With that being said, if you're in between, consider sizing up. Small is okay for me though. The contour under the glutes, okay. You know, I could take it or leave it, honestly. But what was most important to me is that the leggings retained their shape. Maintained, not retained. Doing the tread test. The contour under the glutes did not shimmy down, end up on the back of my freaking legs. Everything about this backside felt like it didn't even budge. When I was squatting, when I was on the treadmill, this legging didn't move. If you're watching at home and you're like, look, I just want the classic navigation look to make my glutes look just delectable. The curve is it. And I have had a lot of you gals telling me, Ash, you gotta try the curve. You just have to, please. Now I see what the hype is all about. And the fact that it has a rugged texture makes me okay with having ankle straps on, Velcro rubbing up against, weights rubbing up against, all of that makes it okay. Granted, there is not as much stretch. You're not gonna feel as much stretch as the original legging. Like, this one is crazy buoyant. This one not so much. In fact, at first when I pulled it out of the bag, I was like, is this gonna have like a slight plasticky feel? No, it's very comfortable when wearing, but overall you just feel that support. Now don't get it twisted. Even though I really like these leggings, there were two things that stood out to me that I just gotta tell you guys. Not the most squat proof. If you have dark undies underneath or a tattoo, chances are you're gonna see them in these, even in this dark of a blue color. It is very sweat concealing, but it did leave my skin fairly soggy. Like I said before, this didn't feel the most breathable, and the sweat test proved it. Now sheerness doesn't really bother me that much, but I do need my legging to be a little bit more breathable. So if they had this version just slightly more breathable, this would pretty much be a 10 out of 10 for me. Now for the digital seamless in the color terracotta. Now granted, this is like a beige mixed with orange. I don't really know which way I want to go with that. I'm gonna call it a nice orange color. Wow, is this so different than both of these other leggings? Yo, let me tell you. Navigation has some range. Let me just say, like, one legging can be totally different from the other, even though they look like spitting images of each other. That I do know. There's so much room in this legging. When I put it on, I was like, oh, wow. There's an ample amount of room here. With that being said, I really think you could size down off the bat. Like, I really think I could have gotten away with an extra small in these. So if you're in between especially, down is where you want to go. Talk to me about this design though. This is what Gymshark should have called their legging, something with digital in it, because I kept referring to it as being like a digital version of camo. Alright, it's a very digitized, scratchy look. So this could make or break the legging. The print itself could literally make you go heck yeah or heck no. Me, it's given heck yeah vibes. I like this look. I like the Gymshark camo, so obviously I'm gonna like this one too. But does it feel like the Gymshark camo though? Does it? No. This actually has a ton more stretch. This actually has a lot less compression in it. Like, there's none at all. You remember Gymshark camo actually was very tight. I feel like I had to size up in most of those pieces. This not so much. This I have to size down. What does that tell you? They're pretty opposite, aren't they? I wouldn't be doing crazy hit in these. I was doing step-ups. And I did feel myself jiggling around and moving. So if you're like, nah, I need some more support, then definitely just check out. I really suggest this curve legging. Believe it or not, these are the longest in length. Still perfectly fits fine though. Big takeaway right here. Best on the booty. If I thought the contour, no. If I thought the curve was good, this one's really good. That's because there's virtually no compression anywhere, not even in the waistband. These leggings in particular, I did not have to do anything to make them look good on the glutes. I just pulled them up and they worked their magic. And especially when walking it on the treadmill, that bish didn't go anywhere. It just stayed in place. Especially for that low of compression, I was actually surprised. I was like, there's no way it's gonna stay. It did. You're all about comfort, you're just trying to keep it real. Then this would be the one you want to gravitate towards. Waistband's a little big though. I don't know if you guys noticed, but it comes fairly high. I notice a lot of their waistbands do. And my short torso doesn't love that. It just doesn't. Great with cellulite. Especially with this design, I would think it would be. You would think with this design that it would be sweat concealing. I was actually flabbergasted when I saw the sweat show right through. And boy was it soggy. It was a soggy sweat. Now, I don't understand how. I was actually shook at that. I was like, you know what? I knew it. You had to have a downfall somewhere. I noticed that. When I really love a legging, it's always something. These leggings feel the most like they're animal and they're camo. So if you really love that style, you love that fit, I think you would love this too. Alright guys, I just spent the last 5 minutes trying to decide which one of these leggings I like more. And I seriously, I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna have a tie right here. I like them for different reasons. I love the curve for when I want to really do some intense workouts. I like the grittiness, and they look so great on the glutes. They really do. They're so opposite of the contour, but they felt the same when pulling them out of the package. This is just such a hit for me. When I want a little more spice, when I want a little more personality, when I want less compression. All right, say I'm doing a low-key workout, not in the mood for much of a compressive band, maybe it's that time of the month I'm feeling extra bloated, then I'll grab these. I'm just like, you know, GTFO. Performance legging, not my cup of tea. In fact, there's other navigation leggings I've tried that I like a lot more than this one. This felt too high maintenance right around the glute area. I felt like I constantly had to be checking back there, pulling up, trying to hope it stays. This alone was enough to turn me off. So I'm gonna go ahead and say no to these. Not that it's bad, it's just not my cup of tea compared to all the other navigation leggings. I'm gonna steer away from this one. All right, guys, that was it. We have officially tried every single navigation legging that they have to offer. This feels fair. I feel like now we officially have a well-rounded outlook on what they offer, the pros, the cons, all the in-betweens. The fact that during this entire time of me trying their leggings, they kept the pricing very consistent. I'm still seeing $48 leggings, which is really good. They're not playing that whole inflation game where all of a sudden the same leggings are now like $70, $80. So I have to give them credit for that. Comment down below, what are your thoughts on the leggings that I shared with you in today's video? What's your favorite navigation legging in general? Up next, we have some brand new Gymshark. Seamless pieces that look so good. I'm hoping that when they come in, ooh, I'm hoping for the best here. I was told by my Gymshark girly that these pieces coming up are great on the glutes. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope so, because ooh, I can go for it. I really can. So definitely stay tuned for that. We have a lot of fun videos coming your way. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys, and I'll catch you in my next video. I'm starving. I'm literally so hungry. Can you hand me my tuna, baby?
Yo, tell me you got a tag in between your boobs. Oh, that's your hair. Never mind.
What are you talking about?
Tags. I was like, yo, the plastic, you don't feel that?
Nah, dude, I took all the tags off. We are going to be checking out the digital, what is it called? The digital performance? No.
Digital single.
Okay. Depending on how these go, I might just snap.
Yeah, because in the game,
okay.
He snaps in the game.
Oh, Jesus. Bam! 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 And this is gonna be like nail biter. Next up is the contour.
Curve.
Oh.
cinema. The one in 2024 was the one that was wrong because you eventually turned MJF back into a heel just so you could have Adam Cole come back because he's all super over as a face. When, mind you, someone can be super over with the crowd and they still be a heel. Adam Cole was a heel in NXT. It's okay. And I can't even say that AEW wanted to separate themselves so much from WWE, so they wanted their guys that are actually heels to be booed because of the fact that Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland were technically considered heels, but both of them were so over. And sure, I guess you kind of needed MJF to be a heel because he was a heel for Will Ospreay, but like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Did we really need it? No, this was a 100% complete fumble, and it hurt me to even go back and watch this storyline because I know how it officially ends. But for me, this is the ending right here. It ends at 2023 World End. But it is just my three biggest fumbles from both AEW and WWE. Y'all go ahead and let me know y'all down below whether it be just for AEW or for WWE or for both. It's no secret. Both AEW and WWE have fumbled things from time to time. So let's go ahead and talk about these six biggest fumbles between WWE and AEW. For WWE's third biggest fumble, I'm going to start with Elimination.
Right.
According to this video, you can deep fry things in salt. Everybody in the comments wants to see fried chicken. Not every creator is going to do that. So I'm going to do that. Got a hot plate, 13 pounds of salt. I don't want to overfill it. I don't know how long this is supposed to take, but he said it's going to turn brown when it's ready. It smells like a public pool. I can only assume that's iodine fumes. I've opened the windows to avoid irritation. Dry better, wet better. My goal is to keep this as dry as possible on the outside because all the wet is going to make the salt stick. We don't want that. In the time it took me to prep the chicken, the salt started smelling less like a pool and more like candy. This is feels very dangerous. It doesn't look hot. I want to touch it. I wonder if it's hot enough to sizzle water. Don't want to touch that. I think my best bet is to kind of dig a hole. Another one. I'm starting to see why nobody is fried chicken in salt. It's just kind of hanging on at the top. It's been like 20 minutes. Nothing's happened. No noise. There's a slight smell of fried chicken. Oh, that one looks like kind of fried. There is so much salt stuck to it still. I don't think this one is done. I don't know. I can't tell. I've never fried in salt before. I can see the salt. I'm going to peel the outer layer. I'm not doing that to my body. Ow! Oh, it's so hot. Take a bite of that inside piece right there. You know, my doctor's going to hate this. Salt fried chicken. Pinkies out. Cheers. How much? I was just the inside. The outside like. Oh, no. No. Sense for the chicharrones or whatever else. The chicken. Oh. This is Nero. He thinks he is just too big to be with the babies. Now watch, this is hilarious. Nero, everybody else is in here and they're night-night, okay? You're just a baby child too. Can you see everybody else? Oh, look at these pretty babies. You're a baby. Okay.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are here
Alright. You just go night-night with the babies. Mama's eating her big papas.
in the spirit of things. It's Christmas time, okay? It's mid-December. I'm all
It's okay.
about the glowy vibes. And it just so happens to be almost pitch black outside. Not just because the sun goes down super early, but because it's a really crappy day outside. So I thought, you know what, we need some holiday cheer in here. You got Santa up in the background. We got not one but two Christmas trees going on here. And you know what? I'm feeling chill. I'm feeling real chill. Speaking of chill, YoungLA is dropping a ton of new sweats this month. We're looking at a ton of casual pieces, cozy hoodies, plush sets. Athleisure in a nutshell is what we have here today. Are you guys ready for some cozy girl vibes? Then you've come to the right place. So these pieces in today's video are dropping December 13th, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and as always, my code AshleyG does what it does, which gives you 15% off site-wide on every order. Doesn't matter, it's a 15% discount for you. Also helps me out as well, goes towards supporting this channel to keep these hauls and reviews coming your way. We are all about help over hype here on this channel. So my main goal is to help you out, let you guys know what you're in for with these launches. Let's dip and dive into what YoungLA has in store for us this month. You know YoungLA, they're really big into their cargos, right? This time around is no different. They're coming out with brand new cargos. We're looking at the color eucalyptus, so it's like sagey green, black, this off-white cream color. I think they had a really nice name for this. It was like oatmeal or frothy almond milk or something along those lines. It's birch and coffee beans, so a nice dark brown color, all very earth tone. I have everything in today's video in my true size small, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. It depends on the piece. Let's talk about the cargos. Now, these automatically look baggy and oversized. They are in some places, okay? I would give it a relaxed fit overall, but some places not so much, like the groin. So right around the booty, right at the groin, I'm feeling a little bit of snugness, riding up in the crotch area ever so slightly. The waistband's a little bit big on me. Now don't get it twisted, they do have adjustments on the side. However, they didn't really work well for me, so I wasn't really able to utilize it. This is something I think if you really want to grab it, you might want to prepare yourself and have a belt ready to go with it. I really couldn't get these clamps to work. I'm not even kidding you. It wasn't just me being lazy. I really tugged at it. I had Bae tug at it. They were kind of useless for me. Not gonna lie. When I squat, you do see a gape. If I had a belt, which I didn't have one in this video, but if I did, I don't think it would be a problem. This isn't quite high-waisted. It's more low to mid. Depends on how long your torso is. So with me, I have a very short torso. I would say it came up mid-waisted. You have two very deep pockets on the side. You have two very real pockets on the back that do have a button closure. You also have two very large side pockets down the leg that don't just fit one, but two phones if you wanted to. They're huge. What's really unique is that they added in a cuff at the end. They tend to do these with their cargos. I didn't notice this till the last second. I said to myself, what the hell is that? I was like, is this fraying on the bottom already? I was about to get real peeved real fast. Then I noticed, I said, this is an actual draw cord. Cinch it in, tighten it around the ankle, which is great because I'm 5'3". Without chunky sneakers, these are dragging on the floor. I'm not about to relive my 90s childhood experience of always getting my pant cuffs wet, and then it just seeps up the leg. That's how I used to just spend my entire day in school, just completely soaking wet. Do I like the way it looks cinched up? I actually preferred it the other way. But as long as I wear chunky sneakers, I'm good. Then I'm gonna have to wear chunky sneakers. Now the material, we have to talk about that. They always do cargos just in different styles and materials. This time around, I can't say I'm in love with this material because there's virtually no stretch. Now, I didn't really feel a problem around the knees as much as I did in the hips. These are 100% cotton. You know what that means, right? That means it's stiff in certain places. It's very baggy from the knees down, a little snug at the hips, and then loose around the waist. So I would say stick to your true size based off your own measurements. If you have larger hips, larger glutes, you might feel a little snugness in certain areas. But other than that, true size. So out of this entire launch off the bat, this isn't exactly an item that I'm loving. In fact, to be honest with you, their travel cargos were my absolute favorite. They were lightweight, roomy. I mean, I wore them so much this summer, and that was mostly polyamide and elastane, so a huge difference from these. Now, granted, I know that these are meant for more of a winter cargo pant. I get that. They're more insulating, they're definitely heavy duty, good quality, but I need some stretch in my pants. Usually, if there's no stretch in it, then there's no ash in it. Now, to go with these cargos, up to you. You don't have to. You can wear it with whatever you want. But they modeled it on the site this way. We have one-arm tank tops. This is more of an evergreen color, so a lot more saturated, very pretty winter color. We have basic whites, we have black, and we have coffee bean, so dark brown again. Now this is your basic tank top, just without the other shoulder strap. There's a very thin ribbing throughout this entire tank top, not as stretchy as I thought it would be. When I first put it on, I was like, oh, I pictured this being extremely stretchy, and I was dead wrong. This is more of a midi tank, so not a full-on crop, definitely not full length. The white is certainly see-through. Wear something underneath it. I really do think that these tops are meant for more casual, more loungy, so you could wear it hanging around the house kind of thing. If you're really moving around and lifting your arms, eventually your toddy's gonna make its way out. I don't know about the whole bra department. I think you're gonna have to wear nip pads or a bandeau bra underneath. If you can get away with doing that, then this would look really cute with the cargos. They styled it wonderfully together. For me personally, a little too high maintenance. If the other strap was here, I would love it. And if it was a little longer in length, I feel like I would get more use out of a basic tank if it had a little length to it. They're dropping what I believe is their best hoodie yet. These are the Bella sweater hoodies. If I were you, and there's anything in this launch that I'm going to say you just really should try, it's the Bella hoodie. The Bella is bellissima. I messed that one up. They're dropping these in the color oatmeal, right? So very, very light beige. There's almost an undertone of a light gray too. So I would give it a grayish. We also have black, pistachio green, and brown. Well, you can't go wrong with black. All right, that can go with anything. A pair of black leggings, full black look, hell yeah. I personally really love the Please tell me I didn't get my lipstick on that, because now my lips feel drier. I feel like it just wiped it all off. I personally love these two colors. This is a real heavy-duty knit fabric hoodie. There's no plush inside. It is just that fabric, that knit fabric all throughout. This is like if my grandma knitted me a sweater. It doesn't feel like yarn. Okay? It doesn't have that feel to it. It's mostly cotton based, but there is some polyester as well. So it is very warm. When worn, this has the perfect slouchy look to it. It looks super carefree, like a Baja sweater. You know what I mean? Like, you're just about to, like, crush it on the beach. Now, I know that a lot of YoungLA's hoodies tend to have that heavy hood syndrome. This one, not so much. I'm not saying it's non-existent, but it definitely doesn't have it like a lot of their other hoodies. This overall just fits better. This just has a more comfortable fit for all day wear, in my opinion. I'm obsessed with this. You could totally size down in this if you wanted to. It has a very oversized slouchy fit. I love my size small, so I'm keeping it as is. It does have a full kangaroo pocket, ribbed cuffs around the wrists, which also allows the hoodie to just overflow over it. This way it gives it an extra slouchy look. If you're somebody who's more interested in sweat sets that are shorts, okay, you love your short sweats, you love your crop pullovers, they're also dropping this style as well. We are looking at the colors barely beige, cashmere blue, and black. Now, these are plush fleece. This is the first time we're seeing this drop actual plush cozy items. So these are a raw cut. You're gonna see on the bottom of the shorts, you're gonna see on the bottom of the crop that these are raw cut. So there's no seam holding it together. This will make it roll up. I noticed it especially on the sweater on the back. Something about these shorts though, they are very tight around the groin. They ride up on me. I needed to size up in these and I had no clue. This is your PSA if you're interested in these shorts. Do yourself a favor and size up, especially if you have similar measurements, like if you're a little bit thicker in the glutes, then you might want to size up. Your cooter will thank you. They do all come with corresponding half zip pullovers, high neck collar. These are super cropped though. It does go from a high to a little bit lower in the back. These have a huge drop sleeve, so the seam is literally at your bicep. It hangs low. Make sure you're wearing something cute underneath. That's all I'm gonna say. Because when you lift your arm up even the slightest bit, you're going to see what's underneath. So on these crop pullovers, you do have the corresponding matching logo, but you also have on the back, right below the neck, the YoungLA text written out as well. A lot of embroidery, so nice quality overall, but they went with that raw cut that gave it a little bit of edge. I would definitely keep my true size in the top, If you're in between, I do think you can get away with sizing down if you wanted to, but do keep in mind that front tends to be showy. And I don't know how much you're looking to show, girl. So you might actually want to consider sizing up if that's an issue. Maybe it'll cover you a little bit better. Let's chat about your basic, cozy, college girl sweats. If you're not a fan of plush lining, okay, you feel like you're just suffocating in it, you're like, no thanks. You want something a little more sporty. Something you can wear over a gym set to the gym. Check out the campus joggers. See? They're called campus. Fun fact, I just had Bae double check what the actual name was. When he said campus, I was like, oh my god, there you go. I knew that this just felt like a college girl fit. I've been there. Might have dropped out, but I've been there. Black, blue, green, and white, which I'm wearing right now. Very simple color palette. Whoop, whoop. These are definitely, I'm going to the library at nighttime to study. These are overall very comfortable. They don't ride up in the groin like those shorts, thank goodness. However, if they were any smaller, I feel like they would start to. So with that being said, stick with your true size or size up. I wouldn't go the other way, I just wouldn't. Sweats mean something to me. They're part of my vocabulary. They're a huge part of my wardrobe. I wear them at least 5 to 7 days a week, no exaggeration. If I'm not in my gym wear and actively working out, I'm usually in sweats. So these are 100% cotton sweats. There's not a lot of stretch in them at all. Like, there's none at all. See that? No stretch. Especially in the waistband. It's okay, but it's not crazy. There is a 3-tier cinched waistband, so it's fairly thick. It also has an internal draw cord, so you can tuck it in, no one sees it. You can pull it out if you like that style better. What I like though, even though these are 100% cotton, I can comfortably squat in them. They're not tight around the knees. They're not tight around the groin like the cargos that you saw. These are pretty comfortable in my true size. Do keep in mind, these do not come with a matching hoodie. I would have loved to see them come with a matching hoodie because I love this style. I adore this style. Now, this is a printed logo. Everything else you've been seeing has been a sewn on logo. Very embroidered, very sophisticated. This is a very casual printed logo. Look at this long form text. This is so big and bulky. This is completely collegiate style. So they definitely nailed that style. I just would have loved to see a matching hoodie because I'm all about matching sweat sets these days. I hate having mismatched sweats. That bothers me. We're closing the show with matching sweat sets. That is what I am all about. These are the teddy hoodies and the teddy joggers. I like these bottoms more than any of the other bottoms, and here's why. First and foremost, come on now, you can't beat that. You just can't. I need my sweats to hang on for dear life around my hips. I need them to literally be fingertip hanging on. No snugness. The less I feel, the better I feel. Now, these are full-on plush lining sweats. So if you're looking for a full-on matching set you can literally cozy up in this season, this will be it. And on top of that, they did add in the embroidered logo. Now this has a different academic feel thanks to these laurels here. Look closely, this looks Ivy League to me. Whereas the campus joggers, they were more sporty. These feel a little more academic, okay? Like you're gonna put on a pair of reading glasses, just cuz. And you will get straight A's in this. I'm gonna take that part out because I can't guarantee you will. These pieces actually have the most color variety as well. We have barely beige, black, coconut milk, cashmere blue, moss green, and vintage taupe. When it comes to the joggers, the branding is the YLA with the laurels around it. The hoodie, however, woo! You ready to see this? This branding's insane because you not only have the long form text at the front, but you also have this massive logo on the back, which has that carpet feel, I like to call it. It literally like a piece of carpet was just taped to the back here. I think the sewn in laurels and the outline, it is really pretty beige gold. It's like a satiny, silky stitching that they used is so, it's so luxurious looking. It really is. It gives, what's this freaking lint doing on here? You're ruining it. It gives such a luxurious look to a sweat set. Sometimes I like to wear very casual, like the campus sweats, where I'm obviously like, I'm to the gym and back. But when I really want to dress up a sweat set, sometimes I really prefer nice stitching, nice colors, sweats that look like they were really thought out. Given that these have a plush lining, these are naturally going to be thicker than the campus joggers. Now, sizing, when it comes to these, I actually think that these joggers fit the best right around my groin. I'm not feeling any issues. It's not like they have a ton of stretch either, they don't, but there's just more room where I prefer it in these. These have a better fit. The waistband is smaller, it's not so thick. This is the style I gravitate towards. Most important part, these don't feel heavy, like they're weighing down my body, except for the heavy hood syndrome. I do feel it on the hoodie. YoungLA has that heavy hood syndrome, and it's no different in this. So the only nitpicking thing about this is that heavy hood. If it wasn't for that, these would literally be a 10 out of 10 for me. I'm sticking to my true size small. I think if you're in between, these would be the only joggers you could get away with sizing down in if you're in between. Let me know if you have any questions about anything I shared with you in today's video. And if you're a fan of YoungLA and this is your first time here, definitely consider subscribing. We tend to review YoungLA at least once a month when their new drops hit. This way you always know what you're looking at with each and every launch. Thank you all so much for being here. I love you and I will catch you in my next video. Hello and welcome to the second annual Best Leggings Award Show. I am your host, Ashley G, and we are here to talk about the best leggings of 2023. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So we did this video last year and we are here at it again as a yearly roundup. I love this little tradition we're making here. A nice healthy roundup of all the leggings that we've been loving this year, but most importantly, which ones are our favorites. How I like to do these videos is we separate the leggings into different categories. I wanted to be sure to use the same exact categories as last year just so we can see what's changed. I've tried a lot of new leggings, different brands even this year. We're looking at Gymshark, Alphalete, Buff Bunny, YoungLA, Camo Fitness, Honor Active, Navigation, Set Active, Petula, Lazuli Label, Define, Women's Best, Bombshell Sportswear, Halara, Astoria, and a ton of Amazon brands like Success and Yorio. Goal for 2024? Double that. And honestly, my tastes have very much changed. I felt it throughout the year. I just knew that the yearly roundup is gonna be super different this year. Let's start with the first category here. The most important category to some like myself. Most flattering, aka best for the booty. Whereas last year this was just one category, I broke this into two subcategories. We're gonna be looking at the best for the booty seamless and non-seamless because that actually makes a difference. Seamless I like and prefer to wear in the gym, non-seamless, you know, maybe doing yoga or something more low-key. So the nominees for the Best for the Booty Seamless Edition are the YoungLA Core Legging, the Navigation Curve Legging, which slid in at the last second of the year, but it made a memorable impact on me, the Women's Best Define Legging, Alphalete Amplify Legging, they won last year's, did they not? Yes they did, with flying colors, and the Lazuli Label Scrunch Sculpt, okay? Those were their BBL leggings. And the winner for the Best for the Bum Seamless Edition goes to YoungLA's Core Collection. Hey! Now, before you chew me out in the comments, hear me out. This is just my opinion. You know I love my Alphalete Amplify. I do. This is why they made it as a nominee. And a very big, concrete one at that. But the YoungLA Core beat out the Amplify because I personally feel like it's a little bit more flattering on the glutes. I felt like it added a little more pucker around my tush. I saw it in footage, okay? I do a lot of the gym footage. I've done it in both Amplify and I've done it with the YoungLA Core. And I'm sorry, but the YoungLA Core gave me a rounder, more plump dump, period. And that was pre-pump. I also like the way that the scrunch sit a little bit more naturally in between my cheeks. Both great leggings. All the nominees are stellar. These nominees that I'm sharing with you today are literally all of my favorites, so none of them I don't like. They're all obviously there because they're a favorite of mine, but the winner just has to go to YoungLA's Core Collection. So that was for the seamless. Now let's talk about Best for the Bum Non-Seamless Edition. The nominees are the Buff Bunny Curve Legging. Ooh, that butter fabric. The Paragon Rec Stretch Sculpt Seam Plus. Okay, they came out mid-year with the Sculpt Seam Plus, a little extra oomph to the tush. The Gymshark Ruched. I feel like that was a one-hit wonder legging, but it still stood out to me as being one of the best for the bum. That reminds me of their Power Collection. So the winner for Best for the Booty Non-Seamless has to go to Paragon's Rec Stretch Sculpt Seam Plus leggings. Round of applause there. Not only is it super booty enhancing, the scrunch of dreams really, but it's comfortable to work out in. It feels silky and buttery soft, yet there's a nice stretch and durability to it when working out. Super breathable, one of my favorite leggings to work out in, period. All right, so we have more categories to come right after a quick word from today's sponsor. This video is brought to you in part by Ebby. If you watch, you know Ebby is my #1 when it comes to seamless undergarments. All of their products have their no-slip grip technology, which helps prevent any rolling, bunching, pinching, you name it. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about their bundles. On Ebby's website, you will see tons of selections for matching bra and panty sets. Whether you're looking for solids or fun prints, they also have sheer mesh sets as well if you're feeling a little extra spicy. The bundles that I have here today are the Claret Bralette and the high-waisted thong, the Willow Bralette and thong, and of course the nude-only bra and thong. They actually recently came out with their only bra. There's no metal underwire. It's made of their soft wire technology, so you have great support where needed without sacrificing the comfort. Their bundles on site right now are pretty discounted, but if you wanted to save an extra 20%, feel free to use my code AshleyGaita20 at checkout. This will save you an additional 20%, and a portion of the proceeds do go towards funding microloans for women all over the world trying to start businesses. I will have them linked down below. Feel free to check them out. We love Ebby on this channel. What's the best overall gym legging? Something you can use to just crank out your workout, not think twice, rub a dumbbell or two up against your legging. And the nominees for this category are the Gymshark Camo. Pretty sure that won last year. They're still good quality. When I think of really getting down and dirty, that's what I think of. The Navigation Curve. They really blew me away with that curve. All right, wasn't the most breathable legging, but boy, it felt good wearing. I felt so secure, felt like I could do a bunch of jumping jacks and I'm not gonna be freaking jiggling around. And last but not least, the Gymshark Vital Seamless. Specifically the new one, because if you guys know me, haven't been a fan of the 2.0 for a while, but that purple cobalt color really blew me away and changed my entire perspective on the Vital Seamless range. And the winner for functionality and durability goes to, gotta go with my Gymshark Vital Seamless. I have to. I feel so held in all the right places without it being overly compressive to the point of discomfort. I think they really hit the nail on the head. I was steering away from the Vital 2.0 for the longest time. When I tried that new cobalt color, it changed my perspective. I felt like the old me again. When it came to like Gymshark, like when you put the set on for the first time and you just feel that overwhelming power, That's how it felt putting on the new Gymshark Vital Seamless for me. I know a lot of you guys were agreeing, like, yeah, this one's definitely different from the other ones. So it definitely dethroned the Gymshark camo, but it's okay, because the award is still staying in the Gymshark family. Next category is casual and fashion friendly. So we're gonna dial it back a little bit from the high intense gym wear, and now we're looking more streetwear, all day comfort. Say I'm gonna go walk around the mall for the day. What am I grabbing? Like, what is it? What's my grab and go legging? So the nominees for this category are the YoungLA Urban. I wasn't kidding when I said I really love those urban leggings. Actually, I was working out in them too, so very versatile. The Paragon Reluna leggings. Ah, so damn comfortable. The Petula Bare Warmth. I gotta hand it to them. They're really good if you need warm leggings. You're living up north, it's freezing cold temperatures, Petula Bare Warmth's where it's at. And the Camo Feather Light Enhance. Little subtle scrunch bump, making the tush look real nice, but they're also very feather light, so just be aware in the wintertime, you're gonna freeze your ass off. The winner for this category, Paragon's Reluna fabric. They're taking it home this time, guys. This is the second category they won. The very first Paragon legging I've ever tried was their Reluna Naked. Okay, this was the ultra thin Reluna fabric that felt like you were wearing absolutely nothing. It spoke to my soul in that aspect because I love feeling I'm wearing nothing. And they were the sculpt seam, okay, the OG sculpt seam, where it just enhances the glutes so naturally. That internal scrunch, oh, I just was sold right away. Ever since then, it was a snowball effect with Paragon. Like, it was like an avalanche hitting me, where all of a sudden I was like, oh my god, like I love the new colors and the patterns and this and that. And their Sculpt Seam Plus, when that was introduced, I was like, forget about it. So they won this category for being the most comfortable for all day wear. They are the type of leggings where I don't ever feel like when I get home I just need them off my body. I can have a legging that's so super comfy, but it doesn't mean I don't want them off my body at the end of the day. Not Paragon. Okay, I could literally go out for the day and then just chill on my couch in them. They're so comfortable. Now, last year's winner, if you remember, was the Buff Bunny Legacy. Not to say I still don't like them, but they weren't one of my favorites this year. I've tried a lot of different leggings that, in my opinion, just felt better. I also noticed that this year I'm really just not sure about the sizing when it comes to the Nubre anymore. Like I'm sizing up and then I feel like it's too baggy and then I'm sizing down. I feel like there's more stretch in these other leggings, which makes it more accommodating for all day wear, just my opinion. I'm getting very spoiled with that. I've been gravitating more towards their curve. That butter fabric took place of my favorite Buff Bunny legging, and the Legacy isn't as prevalent. I feel like it's very 2022 for me, and I'm on some bigger and butter. Next category, most affordable. This was actually unanimous. It's Camo Fitness. All of their leggings are very affordable, but specifically my absolute favorite Camo Fitness legging is their Feather Light Enhance. I specifically love wearing it during the summer months because they're so thin and lightweight and breathable. But they run in at $35. Like, that's insane. Now, this is definitely a fabric I wouldn't work out in, but for a basic everyday legging that makes the booty pop, in such a nice, elegant way, mind you. It's not a crazy, intense scrunch. It's very natural. It has that internal scrunch that's just been popping off this year. Honestly, if they were to charge $50 for their leggings, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds about right. They were last year's winners, and they're this year's winners too, okay? They hold the crown in this category. Okay. It is that time. We're doing things a little bit differently this year. We are narrowing it down to one and only one legging. One brand, one freaking legging. If somebody were to see me on the street and go, hey, Ashley Gaita, I have a question for you. What's your number one legging of the year? What are you getting the absolute utmost use out of every single legging you own and have tried this year? What's it gonna be? You guys ready for this? This deserves a drum roll, okay? Drum roll, please. It is none other than the Paragon Rec Stretch Sculpt Seam Plus. a thing last year? No, it was not. Paragon is a new brand from this year that I tried, thanks to your suggestions, and I ended up falling in love with them. So much so that they landed the #1 spot in today's video as the yearly roundup 2023 legging of the year. Oh my god. Congratulations, Paragon. You blew me away this year. Every single nominee in today's video clearly made it to my favorites this year. There's no doubt about that. But only one legging can really take home the cake, if you know what I mean. And that really is Paragon. When I say in my Paragon videos that I believe this brand as a whole is severely underrated, I'm not just saying that to be cute, I really mean it. I tend to find that this is the most versatile legging too. I feel like the Rec Stretch is the perfect material blend between wearing out all day comfort and then wearing it to the gym. I can do both in them. Now granted, I prefer the Sculpt Seam Plus because I love extra booty enhancement, but if I'm just going out and about to the store, I'll wear their Rec Stretch, but in the OG Sculpt Seam, where it just helps out a little bit, but it's not over the top. But if I'm going to the gym and I want to see my glutes popping in front of that mirror, I'm going to wear that Rec Stretch with the Sculpt Seam Plus. So I love the fact that they took one of my favorite leggings and then gave me some options. Do you want ultra booty enhancement or just subtle natural booty enhancement? Up to you. Alright guys, so that concludes yet another yearly roundup video. 2023 best leggings of the year. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a comment with a brand you've been loving this year. And of course, drop a comment letting me know what to try in the year of 2024. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys, and I'll catch you in my next video.
toys.